Is happening, sports fans? It's your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack. I'm still rocking it solo. It is Thursday, February 10th. We got 7 NBA games to talk over. NBA is wild right now. Tons of news, trades happening all over the league. I'm sure a lot of this stuff will change, before the trade deadline in a few hours, and certainly before lock with guys being moved. But wanted to get on here and make this video early for you guys. Just going to do one video, members only for the public. 7 games, trade deadline special. Again, already a couple deals have been made, so the slate has already changed from what it looked like when it first came out. Excited to break it down for you guys. Before I hop into that, I'm going to shout out our promoters real quick. So same deal still going on. First one is Jazz Sports. When you sign up and join Jazz Sports, you get a no-risk wager up to $1,000 in your first bet. That's $1K back if your first wager is graded a loss. I've been hyping this for a while. I encourage everyone to check it out. The promo code's 5-pack. Link will be in the description section. And then Loose Lines. Loose Lines is an affiliate of Jazz Sports. They offer really good lines and odds over there, reduced juice, and a ton of other good perks. When you sign up over at Loose Lines, you get 50% off your first deposit. So, again, a couple of really good deals. The promo codes for both is 5-pack. Check out the links in the description section. And with that said, let's talk some hoops. First game right off the board, we got the Grizzlies at the Pistons. Pistons making a move today, trading Josh Jackson and Trey Lyles, pulling in Marvin Bagley. Had been rumored to go there for a while. I mean, I like the move for Detroit. Why not take a shot at a talent like Bagley? Obviously, has never panned out as the number 2 pick in the draft over the likes of Luka Doncic, etc. But he's obviously talented offensively. We'll see if he can make it work in Detroit. It does affect the Pistons from a DFS perspective. We'll get into them in a second. From the Memphis side of things, Dylan Brooks is still out. Other than that, they're pretty healthy. They've been involved in some blowouts recently. Brandon Clark looks decent, but I'm not trying to spend $5K on him here. John Morant, always in play. Again, blowouts have cut his minutes. If you think this game is going to be close, I'm sure he balls. He's been one of the best studs of all year. So he's in play every slate he's on. This slate's no different. In a good spot against Detroit. I could see taking shots on Bane too. This is a good spot for Memphis. I don't think any of these guys stand out as must plays because of just the depth of this slate. But like D'Anthony Melton at 46, fine with him. Zaire Williams at 33, fine with him. Again, not guys I have to lock in, but fine filler pieces. And then if you want to spend up on a Morant, you could obviously do a lot worse. We know that for damn sure. From the Detroit side, so Cunningham is questionable. Hayes is questionable. Trey Lyles got traded. So pretty sure we'll see Kelly Olynyk in the starting lineup. Played 19 minutes last game, 14 the game before. We've read this book before. If he's starting, his minutes are probably going to be secured. Again, they haven't gotten Bagley yet. They're not going to have him available tonight, that is. So Olynyk at 3,700 looks like a potential really nice value play. Grant's price is way down, 6,100. Hasn't been good at all. Chance that he gets traded. But if he's in and Cunningham is out, I think he's at least worth looking at that price point. I'd rather get to Grant than Sadiq Bey, although I could get the argument. We'll have to wait and see on Cunningham here. Not excited about Corey Joseph either way. Obviously, much more in play if Cunningham's out. Wouldn't hurt if Hayes is out either, but he's probable. So I guess if Hayes is in and Cunningham's out, he could potentially be in play, but never a guy I'm excited about, and that's certainly not the case tonight. So, yeah, all in all, look for potential value coming out of Detroit. And Memphis, I think, is just in a good spot, even though they're healthy and priced how they should be. Brooklyn and Washington. So we've got Harden out, KD out. Not sure what's going to happen with this team today. Will they trade Harden? Will they not? I think Kyrie Irving, the only one of the studs playing tonight, is wildly in play. I mean, they need to break this losing streak. He only plays on the road. He's expensive, but worth that price tag. I think the Morant versus Kyrie tonight is interesting. Check ownership real quick. Kyrie's coming in 10 to 15% owned. Morant's coming in 10 to 15% owned. So similar ownership. I think they both look good. Hard for me to get away from Kyrie here with those other guys out. Then you got like Cam Thomas, who came alive late last game. He's their second best scorer now with, Harden and Durant out. Mills is their best or second best shooter behind Kyrie. But Thomas is a better scorer, can create his own shot. I don't hate Mills at 5K. I'd rather get to Thomas, though. Probably would be the general consensus. So in tournaments, I understand pivoting, but for me, it's Kyrie and then everyone else. James Johnson, who I took out of my lineup last slate because he wasn't starting, played 24 minutes and balled. Could potentially see another, performance like that here. Although, Kyrie is back tonight. Not sure about Claxton. If Claxton's out, could potentially get Blake Griffin playing decent minutes. They got absolutely shellacked last time out. So, again, Brooklyn is a spot that might have a decent amount of value. Claxton being out would certainly help those other guys' cause. As far as the Wizards go, another team that looks like a mess right now. This should be a good game, though. So from a DFS perspective, I'm interested. Beal now out for the year. Dinwiddie, they got rolled by Miami. He lost run. The game log isn't very appealing. He's been net in 4 out of 5, big upside in that other game. Good spot against Brooklyn, close spread, high total. I like Dinwiddie quite a bit here. He's getting ownership as he should. Thomas Bryant, his game log isn't going to wow you, that's for sure. But playing 20+ minutes at 3,300, we've seen him produce at a much higher level than that. Rui. These guys are just so cheap that I think you can look at all of them as fillers. Montrezl Harrell, not so cheap, so probably not going to get there. Kuzma's obviously come back down to earth, but the upside is still real. Only 2 games ago, he dropped 46 in Philly. This is a good spot. I could see using Kyrie, Kuzma, Dinwiddie, doing a little stack here, filling in with some cheaper guys. Potentially Thomas Bryant. Talked about some Brooklyn guys. So bunch in play from this game. Miami and New Orleans. So Miami's pretty healthy. I think Hero is, he's playing tonight. He's probable. Depot's been out forever. But, Butler, Bam, and Lowry all in. Lowry cheap at 6,700. Don't hate it, but Miami's priced how they should be. Good spot against New Orleans, but Miami's kind of like Memphis, more expensive. No one from Miami's going to be a priority for me if I'm making one lineup. And from the Pels side, it's much of the same. They're getting CJ McCollum tonight, so takes away from Ingram, J-Val, all these guys, and they're priced to not be playing with CJ McCollum. McCollum's priced to not be playing with Ingram. I'm not interested in the New Orleans side at all here. Obviously, if more trades are made and New Orleans ends up a little bit more shorthanded, become much more in play. Toronto and Houston, Siakam on quite a roll right now. Balled again last night. 50+ in 4 straight. He's got big upside in most of his games recently. Crush spot against Houston. I don't love guys on a back-to-back, but I see no reason why he wouldn't be in play here. The Toronto starters play massive minutes, so any and all of these guys are in play as, kind of higher-end fill-in options with a bunch of cheap value potentially in play. Siakam's definitely my favorite, though, just the way he's playing right now. Great spot against Houston. And then from the Houston side, they're a team I'm interested to see what happens throughout the day as far as the trade deadline goes. Christian Wood at 8K. If you think this game's going to be competitive, I think he makes sense. Much more intrigued with Sengun, 4,800, started last game, has started the past few games, played 28 minutes. He's their future. He looks like a lock for me in all formats at that price point. I like him a lot here. I think Jalen Green and KPJ are worthy tournament flyers, but neither guy you can really trust. We know KPJ has upside, as evidenced by the 40 he dropped last game. But Sengun is the priority for me in all formats. All right, Clippers and Dallas. So Clippers not a team I'm interested in. Really. They've made a couple trades. They've got bodies. They're priced how they should be. With Ibaka gone now, I do think that potentially Zubac could play 25-ish minutes again. And at 3,900, he's a look. Hartenstein, kind of the same deal, man. He balled in that blowout last game. No Ibaka. I mean, they're going to need these guys to play minutes inside. So I think Hartenstein and Zubac are worth potentially looking at. Whoever's starting, I feel much safer with, obviously. From the Dallas side, I don't love Dallas here, but Luka's playing really good ball right now. He looks in shape, just straight up balling. Sat for basically the whole fourth quarter last game. I mean, he should dice the Clippers up here. I see no reason why they would stop him. I like him quite a bit. There's a few other studs on the slate worthy of spending up on, so I'm not going to say that you have to lock him in. I also like Kyrie a lot, but Luka looks great here if you have the money. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And no one else from Dallas I'm interested in really at all. Yeah, it's too expensive with Luka, and it's Luka or bust for me. Knicks and Warriors. This has potential to be an intriguing game. From the Knicks side, RJ Barrett is doubtful, so him being presumably out, opens up the door for potentially a bunch of these guys. But Kemba Walker, might see him, reemerge at 3,900. I think he's potentially worth taking a look at. Cam Reddish, Fournier. Well, this is another team we have to wait and see what they do at the deadline. Alec Burks for revenge. He was awful for us the other day, but 10 shots put up in each of the past two games. No Barrett only helps his usage here. Randall at 9,100. Again, he's back to playing good ball, and no Barrett. I like Randall here a lot. I mean, Golden State's good at D, but they play at a fast pace. The Knicks, could easily get rolled here, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they can keep this game within reason throughout the fourth quarter. From the Dub side, getting back Clay tonight. So I think Clay's interesting, but I don't really want to spend 3,500 on him, or 6,500, excuse me. LineStar does like him a lot for what it's worth. So projections like him. I get it. Probably going to spend my money elsewhere, but again, not an awful play. Curry, no thanks at 10-5. Wiggins, all these guys, usage goes down with Clay in. So probably don't end up with anything from Golden State here unless something changes throughout the day. Now we get to the game of the night from a real life perspective. Finals rematch, Bucks and Suns. This should be a great game. High scoring, two of the best teams in the league, maybe the two best teams right there with Golden State. Grayson Allen's probable. They dealt DiVincenzo. Basically, they dealt DiVincenzo, Rodney Hood, and Semi Ojeleye, and they got back Serge Ibaka. So I'm not sure what that says about Brook Lopez going forward. In the meantime, I think Portis is in play still. I mean, he's playing big minutes. He's only going to continue to play big minutes until Serge Ibaka gets there. So might be our last chance to really play Portis at this price point. I expect Giannis to ball hard. Why wouldn't you in a finals rematch? He's playing good ball right now. He's right there with Luka, Kyrie as my favorite stud on the slate. I mean, he might be my favorite stud on the slate, everything considered. Drew Holiday's playing good ball right now. Not excited about spending 8K on him, with Giannis in. I'd get to him over Middleton, but Giannis, Holiday, Portis, Middleton, and if you're making a bunch of lineups, all in play for me. This should be a good game, a star-studded game. From the Phoenix side, D-Book under 9K. Yep. A lot to like here. Finals revenge. I expect to see Phoenix's best effort tonight. I like Booker more than Paul at the price difference. I'm sure most people feel that way also. So if you're game stacking this game or using a bunch of this game, I would use some Chris Paul as well. I think they're both wildly in play. We saw DeAndre Ayton finally play 30 minutes, but he played 30 minutes exactly, and JaVale McGee continued to eat off the bench. Played 18 minutes, put up 38 DK points. I mean, he's not playing massive minutes, but this is who JaVale McGee is. So at 4,200, definitely in play, if nothing else. I mean, not going to lock him in off the bench, but at that price point, he's just got massive upside even in 15 minutes of play. I think Bridges is a fine filler piece, but for me, it's more about the studs and then, spending all the way down on McGee. All right, if I'm building one lineup right now, a bunch of good spots tonight, so a little bit difficult. And again, we don't know about any trades. I'm sure something's happened while I've been making this video. Not really, which is nice. So first guy I'm going to lock in is Sengun. I imagine Olynyk starts, so I want to play him. They're down bodies, etc. I want to play Dinwiddie. I want to play Kyrie. I want to play Booker and Giannis, but I doubt I can do that. Yeah, I can't do that. I have to take out Kyrie to do that. So in this build, I mean, full on Kuzma here. I like this game. He's got small forward eligibility. It fits here. I mean, there's a bunch of good spots. Pascal Siakam. Talked about Kemba Walker. I'm going to throw in Kemba here. No RJ Barrett, I think, helps him a lot. So now you got 13-8 left. I mean, this is where I could easily roll with Siakam or Randall. If I went Siakam, I got 4K left. Zubac if he's starting. So yeah, again, one of the Clipper centers. That works easily. And then obviously you could take out Siakam and go. Can't get Giannis, obviously. What if we went Randall? It's the last one. We'll try 47. Melton. Blake Griffin potentially. Obviously, you can change some things up. Bunch of guys in good spots tonight. That's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want more content, more videos, more any of that stuff, go check out the DFS 5-pack. We'd love to have you. Hopefully you crush tonight's slate. Stay tuned and pay attention to the trade deadline. And let's get it tonight, guys. Thanks as always. Until tomorrow.